Hey everybody, and welcome to the Quadcopter review. I'm your host Pepe Prawns, and today we're going to do a little bit of a build. First thing I'm going to show you is one of the components in the build. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel once this video is done or anytime during the video. Now the first part we're going to use in our build is this Mamba F405 stack. Now this is the full size 30.5 millimeter whole stack. We did the mini, which was an awesome little stack, and now we're going to do the full-size stack. So let's see what we get in the box when we get one of these. Now it comes assembled. We are going to get the flight controller and the ESC in one nice little tight package, already set up, ready to get soldering. We're going to get this kick-ass little manual that they give us, which, you know, A for effort on the quality of this little piece, and it shows you where everything goes, but that does get a little confusing, and I am going to have separate videos on these confusions and how to get around them, and I'm going to show you while we're doing this some of the things that might cause confusion. Now the next thing we get in our little package here is we get another XT60, well not another, sorry, we get an XT60 plug, we get some stubby little hot and cold wires, we get a wire bundle to connect them, and that's an extra wire bundle, and we get a capacitor to go along with it, which at this point I have not used and not had any problems without using that capacitor, which is nice to know. So let's go ahead and take a look at the specs of each one of these little pieces. So we're going to get this F405 flight controller, and that has an input of 12.6 to 25 volts, which will get you up to 6x. It is an STM32 F405 PC or processor, sorry, and it has an MPU 6000 gyro that we're accustomed to. It does have built-in OSD, and as I mentioned, it is the 30.5 mounting system, and it weighs only 6 grams. Now this thing is loaded up with little soldering pads all over it, and because there's so many, the soldering can be tight, so the soldering is about a mid-level soldering skill to pull this off. I suck, and I managed to do it, so that's good news. Next up is the Mamba F40 HV ESC, and this is a 40 amp times 4 ESC with a burst current of 4250 amps on 6S, and it weighs 10 grams. So next up, we can talk again more about all these soldering points. You have everything you could possibly need on this guy to solder with. Now I'm going to use this stack in this X-Labs Stiz frame that I have. It's been a project I've been working on for a while. The Stiz is very difficult to get a stack in, and this stack works in the Stiz, which is awesome. Now the Stiz is a Stretch X with replaceable 4mm arms, and it is 235 millimeters motor to motor, and it is also using a micro camera only due to the nose pod that it uses that has a built-in GoPro mount on it. Now the Stiz frame is a premium frame. I bought it probably back in April, but all the flight controller stacks I've been buying didn't fit it because the two orange standoffs you see there in the position of where they are on the frame causes most stacks not to fit it. So this Mamba stack did fit it, which was great news. Now I'm also going to be using this Eachine TX805, and that is up to 800 milliwatts of power in your VTX. It does 25, it does 200, it does 600, and it does 800, so you have a lot of options there. So we're going to give it a try because it's inexpensive, and I've not heard the greatest about those AKKs. So I've also got a generic stubby, it's not generic, it's NIDICI, stubby antenna. We're going to give that a try because I could get two of them at a reasonable price, so we're saving a little money here and there. Now I'm also using the FrSky XM Plus. That is my receiver of choice, which leads us into where we begin to have some problems that I will explain to you.
Come again! Oh God! 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 God!
So the first thing we ran into is using our VTX here, this Eachine 805. It comes with two wire bundles. One wire bundle has a positive and negative, a smart audio, and a camera input, and the other one is just a positive and negative power lead. So what you're going to want to do is use that positive and negative on this Mamba stack down here in this VCC and ground area that shows a XT60 on it. For what reason, I have no idea. But that's what we're going to use for power because we need 7 volts, and there's not 7 volts on any other little pad around where it shows it here on the right-hand side. So what I did was used the smart audio on our left and only used on our right-hand side the camera, the ground, and then I snipped off the hot of the larger bundle, and as I mentioned, took that smart audio, pushed it over to the left-hand side by the receiver on TX1. TX3 did not seem to work on this right-hand side, so I went ahead and moved it to TX1, and it works just fine now. So another interesting thing you'll see here is that the receiver on this manual also shows it on ppm. Here's a little closer look of that VTX side first. As you can see, it's only 5 volts. So snip off that red, use the black, use your yellow, or sorry, use your video, and then move your smart audio over here by the receiver. And there is where the manual shows it on ppm. Don't do that. Move it down 1 to RX1, or you're gonna not be able to figure out why you have no stick inputs when you're in Betaflight. Also, as I mentioned, you're going to see TX1 on the left hand side, and that's where you're going to want to solder on your smart audio wire. Now, because I chose to make this a video series, I did already fly these components that you see. So if you're coming to the video just to see the Mamba stack performed great, handles punches great, flies great, great gyro, everything seems nice. I don't have a 6S battery to check it with, so I cannot with 100% certainty confirm for you that the 6S is possible without burning it up, but on 4S it is beautiful. The VTX is awesome. I get great vision with the VTX. Motor's performing great. So if you were coming to look at those particular parts, know that they did work out great. I am super pleased with those. In the next part of the series, we'll look at the camera as a component separately and a few other items separately. And as I mentioned, I will have any issues I had with any of these components also in separate videos. So if you're looking for a fix, you can find it quickly as a fix. Now, some other things to think about too is that I have made all of these parts that you see out of PLA or TPU at my site, Pandemic FPV. That site, you can get any part you need from Thingiverse or any other site you need printed. I will print them for you as a service that is at cost of the material, and I ask you to tip as you can. I also charge you for the box and shipping, which usually runs about $4. So that is a service you cannot charge for other people's designs. So the only thing you'll see on there at a price is my own personal designs, but I can get you parts, get them shipped out to you if you need them and you don't have a printer. Now, I ran into some further problems, but as we go into video 2 of this build, reminding you I do not show you soldering things. It is a 4-in-1 ESC, solder to the ESC pads, put your power on, and then flight control. I'm showing you where to solder, but showing you how to solder isn't my game because I solder like crap. So as always, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this video. Look for the links below and in the comments, and we'll see you in the next video in this series. Happy flying. Hey guys, thanks for stopping by and checking out the Quadcopter review. If you want to see more interesting reviews on FPV related stuff, take a look up here in the old right corner right there. You'll find links to all the rest of my reviews. If you want to get in on some of the best giveaways on YouTube, look over here. Don't forget to subscribe right here on my chin. And if you want to check out my flying only videos separated from the review channel, check that out right here. Thanks for coming. Don't forget to subscribe, and happy flying.